Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and today is February 1st, 2022. This will be Charm Chatter number 276, and I am in the yarn room today. The yarn studio room. I don't know what I'm calling it, to be quite honest with you, but welcome. And thanks for being here. So I wanted to film up here for a couple of reasons, mostly because this is where I want to start filming all the time. And secondly, because I wanted to film in front of this blanket. It is the comfy, oh goodness, it's calming, comfy Afghan, I think is what they call it. And Mikey from the Crochet Crowd did the tutorial. I used I used mandala. I used a mandala cake in the color Gnome. It took me 2 little ones and 1 big one to make that. But it's so pretty, and it's a gift, and it's not wonky. It's just not hanging straight. I couldn't. I'm short, and it's on a tall thing. I kind of just tossed it over, but I wanted the colors in my background. So forgive the fact that it looks like it's wonky. It really is not. Like it's square. It's just this part is not hanging over the top as well as this part is, because I'm short and I didn't want to stand on a stool. And so that's as good as I got. But the colors are beautiful, and I'm going to be giving it away soon. So I wanted to use it as my background as much as I could because I love it. So that's enough about that. It's just the background, and I just wanted you to know why it's there and why it looks wonky when it really isn't. So being that it is February 1st, there's a lot to talk about because it's the new month. New stuff's happening. First and foremost, the end of the January crochet calendar is over for the mosaic trivets. And I have an Annie's calendar, which I am not affiliated with Annie's in any way, shape, or form. But Dina from Dina's Home's Fun did a crochet along with the calendar last year that we couldn't get. I wanted to get it again this year, and I couldn't get it this year. They didn't make one available, but I found one at Annie's. So Annie's crochet calendar January project was this project, and when I mentioned it in a video that I was having a hard time finding it and then I found it, other people said they wanted to participate, they wanted to get one as well. So if you got one and you wanted to make the trivet and a crochet along with me, do a crochet along with me, you had to submit a picture of your completed project, and it didn't have to be this particular mosaic, this mosaic trivet, because not everybody got the crochet calendar. Therefore, you didn't get the pattern, but you could do any mosaic pattern. Just something small. It didn't have to be huge. Just any mosaic pattern, and send me a picture via email or put it on my Facebook group page. Every time I move, I'm hitting this. So there were 20 entries. So thank you so much, and everything was so beautiful. Several people made this. Several people made other things. Hat, a scarf, some beautiful, beautiful objects. Mine is downstairs. We used it. We've been using it. So it's not here to show you, but it's orange. And it looks like that, but orange. 2 different color oranges. And so it's the cutoff is now done. If you didn't send a picture, which, by the way, I will try to put the pictures at the end of this video and put your names on who made what. I hope I get them correct. The ones, a lot of them I was able to download and get them into my phone, which is where I do my photo editing, or I do all of my editing on my phone. And some of them are in my email, and I've tried downloading them on my computer, thinking they would go in with my pictures on my phone. I don't know if I can find them. Um, and I know that I have 10 pictures, including my own, in my phone, but I had 20 entries. So I'm still kind of looking for the other pictures. Um, I don't know if I can add them once this uploads to YouTube from my computer, if I can find them, but I'm going to try. So if I don't have your picture in there, it's because I can't find it in video land someplace to get it on here, and I apologize for that. I'm just not that great of an editor. I used to never edit any of my videos at all, but then YouTube made me have to get a photo editing thing because you couldn't just make your video right on YouTube anymore, and that's what I used to do. Now, I don't know, for probably a year, but I'm learning as I go, and I can like add text a little here and there, and I can insert pictures here and there. So I'm going to try to add the pictures at the end and put your name for all the pictures that I can find or that I can get up into this, because the editing software is on my phone. I can't get this editing software that I've been learning how to use. I can't get that on my laptop. It's for, I guess, phones only. Or I'm just not savvy enough to figure it out anyway. So cross your fingers. I hope to see everybody's in there. You guys did such a great job, and I was so thrilled with everything and so excited for everyone that participated. So where did I put? Oh, the prizes. That's what we're up to. So what are you winning as a participant? I put them in this bag. So the trivet is made with cotton yarn. So I have some Premier Home Cottons. This one is neutral in color, and it is called Cream, I believe. Yep, this one is Cream, and that's exactly it. It's Cream. This is, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Premier Home Cotton. The solids have 140 yards, which is 128 meters. They are 85% cotton and 15% polyester. Now, I've heard people say that if it's not 100% cotton, it's going to melt, even though it's only 15% polyester. But let me tell you, we used the trivet last night that I made that was made out of Premier Home Cotton in 2 different colors, but it's Premier Home Cotton, so it's 85-15. And I cooked in a cast iron frying pan, and I put that right from the stove directly on the back of the trivet. I turned it over to the solid side so I wouldn't mess with the decorative side. If there was dirt or anything, from the fire on, and if it was going to melt anything or anything, it was going to do it on the back side, and it did not melt anything. And those cast iron pans get really, really hot. So I took it right from the stove where it was browning my fried potatoes and put it right on that trivet, and it was good to go. Nothing melted. So you get 1 skein of this and 1 skein in this variegated yarn, and this colorway is called Golden Oak. So it's got the cream and then some tan and yellow in it. And this one, being the variegated, only has 105 yards or 96 meters, but it's still the 85-15. And then you're also going to get a Peaches and Cream Original. And this one is 100% cotton. And this color is called Sunshine. So I give you the bright yellow to brighten it up. Now the trivet pattern called for a 3.75 millimeter hook, and when I was at the yarn store with Rosalie and Jen Reeves, and the yarn store was called, there it is, that's what I was trying to find, Harps and Thistles. I bought this because I'd never seen a buoyed hook with a soft handle on it before. Now, mind you, I use clover, so I don't really look at hooks too much because I like my clover, but I thought, well, this is really nice, and I don't know if it's a new thing, but when I first saw it, and I showed it, people have told me that they've been around a while. So but maybe you might not have one, or maybe you have one and love them and you would like another. So that's what this is. And then as the cream of the crop, you are getting one skein that I also bought this yarn. This is hand-dyed yarn that I got at the yarn store, Harps and Thistles, in over in Akron, Ohio. And this is Verano Pima cotton, 100% Pima cotton, and the color is 954 mixed berries. Isn't it gorgeous? It's got some red, and then there's purples and some blues and lavender. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is what you're winning. These 4 yarns and the hook. So now there was one person out of the 20 that did not want to be included, so I took their name out, but I wrote everybody's name on a piece of paper. And let me get my thing because I forgot to bring it over here. So let me put you on pause for a second. Okay, so I have everybody's name in here, and we're going to just shake them up and mix them up. And let's see who we have. We have Cheryl McCall. All right, Cheryl. I'm so excited. Cheryl had a little bit of trouble doing hers to begin with, and then she figured it out. And so I'm so excited. That's so awesome. Cheryl has purchased the calendar, and she's already completed her February project. She got a little jump start. So that's awesome, Cheryl. Just email me at charmedgrammycrochet@gmail.com, which will be in the link. And I think you've emailed me before. So just send me an email with your address in it, and I will get this yarn and hook out to you right away. We're expecting a really bad snowstorm this week and weekend, so it might not be till next week because we might be snowed in. I don't know. But just bear that in mind. So this normally houses a project that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to take those out, and I'm going to put Cheryl's stuff here. And so let's talk about the crochet calendar that starts today, February 1st. Okay, here we go. Here it is. So February is Valentine's month, and so this month they have these little hearts. It's just a heart garland. It's very simple to do. I know, because I cheated and I was kind of like Cheryl and got a jump start on it. I only did that because Chloe was going to come over, and I took the ornaments off of her tree, and she was upset with me. And I said, well, we're going to put up the garland for next month. So she was going to come over, and she said, oh, well, then can you have it ready when I come over in like a day and a half? And I said, maybe. Well, we never did put it on her tree, but she did see it. And this is the garland. This is from the calendar. Now, the pattern is very simple, and what they have you do in the calendar is crochet the hearts and then make a cord. So you do a chain of, you know, however many to fit the amount of hearts that you made. I chained 200, and I hope this fits around Chloe's tree. I hope and pray. And then I made 11 hearts, mostly because I planned on making 10, and I dropped one on the floor. And so when I started crocheting them on, I was short one, and I didn't know I had dropped it. So I made another one, and then when I got up, I found the one that I dropped, and I said, oh, so she can put that at the top of her tree because it's not on here. But anyway, I crocheted 200 stitches, and then I put so you crochet 200 chains, and then you're supposed to come back and slip stitch into each chain to make it thicker. Well, in doing that, I said, I don't want to hot glue my hearts on here. I want them crocheted on. So when I got to where I wanted to put the heart, I did the slip stitch, then I chained 2, and I slip stitched or single crocheted. I can't even remember. I think I slip stitched onto here, slip stitched the heart onto the chain, and then I chained 2 more and went back to my slip stitching, and then I did like 10 in between, and this is what I got. And it's long enough. I think it's long enough to go around her tree. Just drape it around and be cute. So this one is mine, and when Chloe does make it over here, I'm not quite sure when that will be again, but when she does, then she can put it on her tree, and that's the done project. I don't have to worry about this one anymore. So yay, that makes me happy. So to participate this month in the crochet along with the calendar, you have to make a heart garland. Now I know not everybody has the calendar. I know this is a really easy project to do. I did it while watching a movie that I was really paying attention to the movie and not to what I was crocheting. I mean, it was that easy. You have to do at least like 6, I think, to qualify. I mean, you can't just do one heart and say, here's my, you got to put a little more effort into it, but I don't think it's going to take a lot of effort to do like a half a dozen on a garland or more. I mean, you could do 500, that's fine too. I know not everybody, again, has the calendar, but there are a lot of YouTube tutorials on, if you don't know how to make a heart, there's a lot of tutorials out there. Just search it on YouTube and somebody will teach you how to do it. And then again, just chain them together any way you want to. You can hot glue them. I just chose not to do that myself. What will you win? Now, and you'll have to send the pictures. And it has to be something you made this year. I have to trust you on that. I mean, this month, I'll have to trust you on that. But you can put a picture on my Facebook group page, which everything will be linked in the description box below. Or you can email the picture to me at charmedgrammycrochet@gmail.com. And that's how you get submitted to win. What are the prizes this time? I have a Caron latte cake in the color roasted tomato, whatever you want to say. It is red and it is soft and fuzzy, and here it's still kind of chilly in February and March. So if you made, I was thinking maybe a little cowl or fingerless gloves, but I was thinking this would be a beautiful cowl because it's so soft around your face, or a hat. It would make a great hat. It is a 5-weight yarn, and there's over 500 yards. There's 530 yards on here. So to go with the red fuzzy lovely yarn, I have picked out of my notions a red button. Wouldn't that look pretty on a cowl? I think it would be gorgeous. And I think I got this button at a yarn shop when we were in Tennessee, I think. Tennessee or maybe North Carolina. Not Myrtle Beach, that's South Carolina, right? It was when it was just Rory and I, and we went to a yarn shop. Might have been North Carolina or Tennessee. One of those two. And I think it looks really nice with this. So I bought it to go with this. I mean, I'm giving it to go with this. And one other thing that I'm going to include, because it's Valentine's, is this mug. And I hope my ring light, yeah, let's see the ring light. Let me turn it off for a second and see if you can see the glare. But anyway, it says, "Wine is my Valentine." And so I thought that would be cute for Valentine's Day. So you have through the end of the month, the 28th, and then on March 1st, I will pick a winner of everyone that has submitted an entry by making a heart garland. I had 20 entries for January. I'm thinking this garland, and that was a hard project. Particularly if you've never done mosaics. I've never done mosaics before. And so getting used to doing that was a little difficult, I think. And so I really commend anyone who's never done mosaics before and did this. I'm just really proud of you all, proud of myself. And I think that this month's is a lot easier, and so I'm hoping to get a lot more participants. And that's the prize that I have picked out for you to win. So again, it's February 1st. Lots of things are going on. Amigurumi Wars is starting its new month. And that is being done by Julie with Kept in Stitches, Julie Esper. She is hosting it this month. I don't know if she said what the prize is, but I will link her video where she's picked. She had 85 patterns submitted to her, 85 different patterns from people of choices to put in a hat and pick out what you can, what the amigurumis are that you can make this year to enter the drawing, or this month to enter the drawing. And as I said, I don't remember if she said what the prize was. I don't remember. But anyway, her video will be linked and you can watch it. She picked 8 free patterns, I think, and 2 paid for patterns. You only have to do one thing. You get a point for every amigurumi that you make. You get an entry. If you purchase a paid for pattern and enter one of those items, then you get 2 points for that entry, or 2 entries for that amigurumi. So I did, but somebody put in, there's 4 amigurumis in it. It's the set of Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore. There's 4 of them. I can't remember who the 4th one is. It's not Christopher Robin. It's one of the toys. Anyway, that pattern was like $1.25 or something like that. Really, for all 4. No, $2.12, I think, for all 4. And they're big. I'm going to do the Tigger. It's 18 inches. It's supposed to be 18 inches done. And I'm definitely doing Tigger. I'm very excited to do Tigger. I want to do all of them, but I want to do Tigger for this month. And Inya from Inya's Toy Box is offering a $1 off coupon for everyone that enters through the link that will be in Julie's, attached to Julie's video. The coupon came up all by itself, so I paid $1.12 for the download for the 4 animals. I'm so excited about that. So I definitely want to do the Tigger for my cousin. And there's a love bug, which happens to be one that I submitted, that is totally so adorable. I think everybody will want to make that. It's just too cute. It's like a Volkswagen bug car, but it's so cute. Anyway, you'll have to see that. It's supposed to be made with crochet thread. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Mine's going to be made with, I think, mostly a 3-weight yarn. But there might be some 4-weight yarn in there just because I don't have all the colors in 3-weight and I'm not buying yarn for it. So, but that's okay. I'll mix and match a little bit and make it work. Just go down a hook size or something. There's a dinosaur there, and that one's real cute too. There's mermaids that are just adorable. There's a flower that you crochet everything. The flower, there's a little bee on there. The stem, and it's in a crocheted clay pot. That one's adorable. There's a cactus scrubby. So you make it out of scrubby yarn. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to, the scrubby yarn gives it texture. That one you didn't crochet the pot for, but it sits in a pot. So I don't know if it's really designed to be usable or if they just made it out of the scrubby yarn to give it the texture of cactus, but it's real cute. Those are free patterns. I don't remember what the other paid for pattern was. But anyway, they're adorable patterns. There's some aliens, I think. Anyway, so check that out and get working on your amigurumis and get those into her by the end of the month. I know there's 3 I want to make. I'm like, no, I don't have time to make 3 amigurumis, but they're so cute. I want to make them. At least 3 I want to make. uh, then there is the Nan's Next Knots. Starts on Thursday. I think we're getting a really large crowd for that. And we have a messenger chat. If you have Facebook, we have a messenger chat that we do with Nan's Next Knots. And everybody, shows their progress of their projects that they're making. People make different things. I've not made a blanket. This will be my 3rd Nan's Next Knots. I've not crocheted just a straight out blanket. The first Nan's Next Knots I did a Ruana, and I used her pattern that she comes up with. And the Ruana is it's right here. So this is what her pattern looks like. And it's real easy and fast, and you do like six. Then my next one was the Christmas fan I made with the squares with the snowflakes in the middle. This time I'm doing a shawl. And I talked about that in another previous video. I'm really excited to get that started. So I know somebody is making a duster cardigan. I can't wait to see that. I think that's Jax from Creations by Jax. I think that's what she's doing. I don't know if she's done a shawl before. I think she's done a shawl before. But I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, people are posting pictures on this chat. So if you contact Nan or from Nan's Next Knots, and I'll have her linked, and just email her, she can put you into the chat if you want to participate. Or Mama Swift, Trisha Swift from Mama Swift 3. I'll link her so you can email her. Either one of them can put you in that chat if you want to see what everybody's doing and see the progress. And it's really makes it so community oriented, and it makes it so much fun. So check that out this month. It starts on the 3rd, so we don't want to screw around with that. Got to get in there quick. Come up with a project, or do the blanket that Nan says, that Nan describes how to do. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? People were asking. I have been working in the yarn room downstairs. I totally pretty much gutted all the yarn out of there and rearranged it, and I've been bagging it up in cello bags like you get from Ice Yarns comes in. Very similar type of bag, and it's resealable like that. And people are asking me about that bag, and I bought them from Amazon. They're called Spartan, Spartan Industrial. And I bought 200 in a package, 12 by 15 for $18.90 US. I bought 2 packages, and they hold a decent amount of yarn. It's a real nice bag. I like it. My yarn looks so much neater, which I'll do another tour when it's completely done, but it's not completely done yet. Like I said, I gutted it. I took out all the yarn and rearranged, and I'm getting more yarn in there with less storage so far. But I took out a lot of yarn. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to kick the tripod. I took out a lot of yarns, but we'll go into that when I give you a full tour of it completed. But I worked on it 4 days over the weekend, bagging all that yarn up and sorting it. And so I didn't get a lot of crocheting done. But the yarn room is looking pretty good. And I think the wool yarns may not fit. They might have to come up here. And then the funky yarns, I know, are not going to go down there. They're going to come up here. But if it's only the funky yarns and maybe the wools, because I can't use those all the time, so if anything has to get held back from being up there, those are the yarns that I don't, that I would put up here and not see as often, or, have at the ready. But that's fine, because I have some real pretty wool yarns to look at up here as well. Need to do a little yarnscaping up here. So I just wanted to make sure. I will see if I can't link that, but if you just type in Spartan Industrial in Amazon, they should come up, and they sell them in different sizes. I just happened to buy the 15 by 12 or 12 by 15. I wanted, and I looked for something that would hold cake yarns better than that. I couldn't find the right size. I wanted an 18-inch 12 by 18, or maybe 10. What I really wanted was a 10 by 18, and I couldn't find that. So if any of you do, let me know. What else did I want to say? Oh, so the final thing that I want to see if I can't accomplish this month. Oh, I am, and I started the Jada InStitches last month. But I said I wasn't going to commit to making one full project each month and having it done. I did not finish my project that I started in January. I will do February's, but it might not be till March, and that's quite all right. Um, I already knew that in advance that I wasn't going to probably get them all done every month because I want to make them into actually something, and I want to be able to practice the stitches. Now, someone did suggest to me to make a scarf and just do, instead of making a blanket, just do the squares, which is a good idea. That you don't have to do as big, but I might start that in February. Instead of making a whole blanket, just make a couple of scarves and do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I know for this month I want to do the whole or the whole cowl. I want to do a cowl, and it's just not big enough yet. I just haven't had a great deal of time to work on it this weekend, this past weekend, because I was in the yarn room. And then finally, the other thing that I want to get that January one. The plan is to get it done by the end of this month. We'll cross our fingers. Because I do want to get my blankets. Oh, crochet rocks. That was the next thing. I forgot. I forgot. It's supposed to belong in here. So it is the beginning of the month, and Judy from Witch Piece Crafts has her crochet along that you use the rock album covers that she picks out from the rock bands. And last month, and she's doing 2 a month, and I was going to do 1 square per thing. And originally I was thinking, oh wait, that's 12 squares, that's not enough. But I forgot she's doing 2 a month. So for the first one I did 2 squares, and I thought, oh, I'll do oh, that's backwards, or maybe not. Yeah, anyway, yep, that's backwards, that's frontwards. Okay, so the colors that I picked from the album were gold and pink, and I'm using a cream to join, and I think I'll just do a single crochet join. So I was going to do the reverse, pick 2 colors out of each album cover and make 2 squares and do them. So this one's pink with the gold trim, this one's gold with the pink trim, and I think, oh, that's really cute, I like that. And then I realized, wait, she's doing 2 albums a month, so then that's 48 squares. Then that's going to be really big, and I don't want it that big. 24 squares is good. So this for the first one in January, I did 2 squares, so I'll have 25 squares. So I'm like going to be 5 by 5. I'm cool with that. So the next square I did was this one, which I showed you. But because I'm like trying to bring the colors forward from a previous square, just in that one row of trim, because like I have the square color is pink, but then I trimmed in the gold and I put the white in between, and then I'll use the white as the join, or the cream. It's actually cream. So the next square I did this, and I don't know where I got this. Maybe these are the 2 colors I picked. I don't remember what my thought process was. Oh, because I was going to do 2 squares, and I did the 1 square, and then that's when I realized that I would have too many squares. So I ended it with this yellow, or with this orange that's just going to be there and be funky. I should take the orange out. That's what I should do. Take this light orange off, because this month, or the 1st of February's, I'm going to use this blue color. So I'm going to make my interior of my square blue, and then I'm going to do a row of cream, and then I'm going to do a row of this bright orange. So to make them coordinate, I have to do this blue around this one. That's what I need to do, because I want take, so then this blue will be the trim for the next square the next time. That's, so the orange has to stay. It should have been a gold or something. We're leaving this orange, but from this point forward, the color of the main square will be the outside color of the square for the next month. So the blue is going to get the orange from this, is going to be the trim on that blue. So the color I picked for this month is, or for this week, is blue. Long story to get to, it's going to have two colors. The funny thing, coincidentally, is that the album cover for this month does have orange in the cover as well. So the orange still works, even though it didn't, like, it works for the way I want to do the pattern, and it works for the actual project. So that was funny. So I'm going to do that. And if you are involved in the hashtag rock2022AU, the video is up and I will link it and do that. So also this past month, I designed a hat. This hat, to be exact. And I had to make two because the first one I didn't, it was too big. I designed it to be slouchy. I had a customer came into work. One was wearing a knitted hat that was kind of similar to this. And I'm like, oh, I love that hat. I want to make one. And of course I don't knit, so I went with crochet, and this is what I came up with to remind me of the hat that the customer was wearing. It was a slouchy hat, so I made this to be slouchy. And you can make it slouchier just by adding, you know, more of this. This is just single crochet here, and then this is a cable. So if you added a third one, it would be longer, obviously. You know, added a third set before you get to the cabling that actually puts it around your head. This part isn't designed to touch your head. So I did this, I mean, but it can. You know, it doesn't matter. You could just do it to be tight and fit like that and stop here or whatever too. You know, whatever you want to do, if you want to make it at all. But anyway, I'm going to do a tutorial. I had wrote out my version of a pattern, which is just like notes on what I did to make it. And it, let me show it to you. And Segal Alan, my good friend, was kind enough to take time out of her own work and her own, which, you know, her crocheting time, and translate my notes into an actual written pattern. She then made a hat. And then my two friends, Anita from Yarn Over Hook, Yarn Over Hook Creations, she does amigurumi patterns, but she's not big into doing clothing. She's not, and hats. So she wanted, you know, she tested it and she was able to make the hat. And then Gina from Crafty Grandma Gina also tested the pattern, and she made the hat. She's used to doing wearables, but she doesn't generally make hats. But she liked this hat, and she, it looks better on me if I have some bangs hanging out. There we go. Hats look better on me if I got a little hair coming around. So this is what it looks like on this one in this color. And Gina made the hat in, you know, an hour and a half or something. So it's not too hard to make. I think it's really cute, and I'm naming it the birthday cake hat because when it's not on your head, and maybe even a little when it is on your head, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a birthday cake. Gina did hers in bright pink and light pink, and hers definitely looks like a birthday cake. I started it right around my birthday last month, and then it came out looking, and I actually made it in a weekend, which, and I worked on other stuff too, but I was kind of proud of myself that I like figured out how to do it and write up notes on it anyway, and make it work out. I had to do two. The first one was way too big, so I had to figure it out. I didn't know how to do cables, so I had to watch some tutorials on that. Uh, Creations by Jax inspired me on the how to do the flat part, or the wagon wheel is what I call it, because it's got like spokes and then indentations and spokes and indentations. You can see there. She starts her beanies off with this flat circle, so I kind of mimicked hers, but hers aren't as wide. So they're different, but it's the same general idea. So I wanted to give Jax the credit for that. But I watched a couple of tutorials on how to do cabling, because I have done a cable before, but it wasn't like, you know, in some of the blankets on through other tutorials, but I didn't know how to like create the cabling. So I watched a couple of videos to just see how you make the cables, and this is what this is what I came up with. This is what the hat looks like. And so my plan is throughout the week, well, at least by the end of the month, to have the tutorial and the pattern available for anyone that wants it. It'll just, you know, it'll be a free pattern and tutorial together. I'm looking at my notes. Did I forget anything I wanted to say? Oh, one more thing. Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming is doing the Wacky Make-A-Do, and I don't remember what the hashtag is for that, but I will have it linked below. I think you have to make one thing a quarter, so every 3 months. So if you wanted to get involved in that one, I haven't done mine yet for the quarter. And then, because I keep forgetting to look, because there's some, it's based on crazy holidays that we have in the U.S. Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, is going to do hers based on crazy holidays that they have in Canada. Like the other day was Strawberry Ice Cream Day. So make a strawberry ice cream crochet or picture, or, you know, just do something with some of the crazy holidays. You know, national whatever day. Somebody makes a video and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And then I might scroll through a couple of days. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then I forget about it again because I get involved in, you know, something else. But I am going to do it. And so now I'm 1 month down, and you have to do one a quarter to qualify. I guess there's a prize at the end, I'm assuming. Maybe there's not. I don't know. But she's wanting one a quarter. And I haven't done my first one yet, and I haven't really even decided what to do. So I got to get on that. And if you want to participate, I will link Laura's crazy wackadoo make-a-do video below, and you can watch that and decide what you want to do with that, if you want to do it at all. Because, you know, nobody forces anybody to do anything that you don't want to do. So that's what I got. Now, cross your fingers that I can put these pictures in at the end of this video with people's names on them, and that I get the right name to the right project. I hope that I can do that properly. If I make mistakes, please forgive me. And as I said before, if yours isn't in there, it's probably because I lost the transfer somewhere. It got transferred from my email, or maybe to someplace I could not retrieve it and get it on my phone. So we'll cross our fingers with that. And I hope that you watch and look at everyone's makes. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting. I do read all the comments and take them to heart and try to answer, you know, the ones that need answering. And that's all I got for you today. Thanks for being part of my yarn journey and my yarn friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.